So here we go, Lloyd Chapman. I've got 18,001 followers. I've been on X since 2008. I've had up to 1.8 million views on my post, and I've lost, my what do you call it, visibility has dropped 99.9% in the last, I'll say the last 6 months. So here's things I'll post about. Here's a video of Bobby Kennedy talking about me.
And for all of those of you who follow this site, and here he is, here's the man himself. Hey everybody, I'm happy that you're following Lloyd Chapman, and thank you for all the support from Lloyd and for all of those of you.
So I post about trillions missing at the Pentagon and Trump's approval rating being the lowest in history after 100 days. And I just post the most reliable stuff I can find. And I make videos. Here's I'll show you, I've made several videos lately. Here's one. Lloyd Chapman decided to make a follow-up video to the one I released this morning. Have you seen these commercials for the Wounded Warrior Project, or is it Tunnels to Towers Project, raising money for veterans to provide medical care and housing? Why are our brave veterans, wounded, disabled, having to go on television and beg for money? The Pentagon has the biggest budget in history. Search on it. They've lost trillions. They just can't find it. Trillions are missing from the Pentagon. It's been that way for 25 years. And yet our veterans have to go on television and plead with the public for money for their health care and their housing. Unacceptable. Could Trump issue an executive order giving the military people a raise? Yeah. Did he do that? No. Could the Pentagon raise the salaries of military families so they don't have to go on food stamps? No. So whether you're active duty military or a veteran or a family member of a active duty military veteran, just look at the facts. Trump doesn't care about you. He doesn't care. He's cutting the VA budget and staff. Typical one of my videos, and that explains why I'm being inundated with Pentagon bot accounts. So I'm just posting articles from a wide variety of people. This one's from Veterans Magazine about veteran families not having enough food, right? Struggling, right? Economic insecurity for military families. How many homeless? I use Perplexity, homeless veterans is skyrocketing. So I'm just posting about, problems that are affecting veterans and active duty military people. Military personnel, veterans and their families, and anyone of any political persuasion that cares about our military people. 4 times as many veterans are committing suicide as are killed in combat. And Trump is cutting the VA budget and staff. Unacceptable. This is one that probably got the Pentagon pissed off. Project 25 would cut benefits for disabled veterans, right? Trump's massive cuts to the VA betrays veterans like me. Veterans becoming face of Trump's government cuts, right? Oregon veterans VA staff fear Trump cuts could harm veteran benefits, right? So Trump administration plans to cut 80,000 employees from Veteran Affairs. 4 times as many troops have died by suicide as in combat. So I'm just posting, facts. Food insecurity among military families is unacceptable, right? Why are U.S. military families experiencing food insecurity? Slash VA funds have dire consequences for veterans. So, those are the kind of things I post about. And again, this is a typical thing for me. Why can't the Pentagon account for 63% of their nearly $4 trillion in assets, right? Um, it's been reported as early as 2001 that trillions of dollars are missing at the Pentagon. That's 24 years, and now it's up to 35 trillion, and nothing's being done. So if I want to get any of my followers to see my post, I've got to tag them like this. So if I tag followers, I'll get a few, just a smattering of responses. But if I don't specifically tag people, I get zero response from my followers, right? Um, uh, I don't think X can shadow ban you, right? They can reduce your visibility. They call it visibility filtering, but X can't completely shut down your account. So what happens to me is, I'll show you in the notifications, the comments. None of my followers are commenting, only bots. This is one that really pisses off the Trump administration. So if Elon Musk has claimed that Dodge has uncovered billions in fraud, and the fact that not one person's been prosecuted for fraud, not one, not one. That's a completely fabricated claim, by the way. X doesn't like this. It's been reported that up to 75% of the activity on X is from bots and fake accounts. I expose the fact that there are multiple Pentagon AI censorship programs. Civil sanctuaries is one of them. So yeah, this is not making the government happy. So here's a post that the Pentagon hates. It's how the American Small Business League beat the Pentagon in a lawsuit. They had to write me a check for $500,000. They don't like that. No, they don't. So anyway, this is my favorite one. The Pentagon's $35 trillion counting black hole. This is the article that I post a lot that's got me shut down on X. This is what started it. And so that's the type of things I post on. Yeah, I think most people would agree with me that the fact that 4 times as many military veterans and active military are committing suicide in combat, that's a problem. I think most people would agree that's not the time to gut the VA staff and budget, right? So most people, would agree with what I'm saying. So let's go look at the notifications, the comments that I get. So again, what I notice about these is they're not following me, right? They're not my followers. So as I go down these comments, they're not my followers. And there are also bot accounts like this one, 5 followers and not one original post. Not one, right? These are all RTs. And the funny thing that you kind of notice with these fake accounts is the RTs can be completely unrelated. There'll be one about kittens, one about basketball, one about the Rolling Stones, like that. They're unrelated. Where a normal person, if they were going to RT, so if you go to my account and look at my RTs, they're all on the same, topics, right? But these fake accounts, the RTs are random. So this is the typical what I've gotten in the last few days. He's off his meds for sure, right? Shut the fuck up, you grifter, right? So lately I've been posting about the fact that Trump has got the lowest approval rating after 100 days of anyone in history. And that has really pissed off the Trump administration. Right? Kevin, been on Twitter for, 11 years? 38 followers, right? That's a bot account. By the way, these are all bot accounts. There's I would say 97% of bot accounts. Here's someone that liked what I said and they retweeted it, right? But all negative stuff. Here's one attacking me. 117 followers. And again, doesn't follow me. He shouldn't even be seeing my stuff, right? And no original post, not one. Look at this. See? So, but yeah, so this guy should not be able to see my post, right? But it doesn't make sense that I'm getting all these comments from people that don't follow me, and I'm getting virtually zero comments from people that do follow me, right? This is typical right here. This is very typical of what I get. And, 19 followers in 10 years. He's been on there for 10 years, right? Most likely this account was created a couple of days ago, right? But and look at this. Here's a typical one. So this first RT is about a squirrel in someone's kitchen. The next one is about, the beach, whatever. And here's one about Elon Musk, I just, but so let's just see. I'll take that bet. Lie. No, retard. All negative. I would say they're about 98% negative. But what's amazing is I've just been inundated with these, nasty bot accounts. Here's a typical one. Right? Doesn't follow me. Been on X for over decades, got 240 followers. And again, look down here, no original post, not one. You go down here, all RTs, right? All RTs. I can't tell always if these bot accounts are Pentagon bot accounts. Well, one way I can tell they're Pentagon accounts, let's just say I'm going along here and I'm not getting flooded with these nasty bot accounts, but I put up an article about 35 trillion missing at the Pentagon, and as soon as I do that, boom, I'll get 200 bot accounts. They're Pentagon bot accounts, right? Does that make sense? So I'll put up an article about 35 trillion missing from the Pentagon, and the next thing you know, boom, I'm getting hundreds of these bot accounts like this making nasty things. Shut the fuck up, blah 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 blah, right? But you can kind of tell. So there are just millions of fake accounts on X. So most of the accounts on X are bots. That's been shown, right? And it's been reported that up to 75% of the activity on X is from bots. Think about that. Most of the accounts on X are bots. And by the way, the other thing you can tell about bots is they have these big graphics like this, right? Normal people don't have that, right? But when you look at this, 3 in a row, 4 in a row of these big graphic pictures, right? And 27 followers, right? And again, doesn't follow me. It's just not possible that that I would get hundreds and hundreds of negative comments like this from people that don't follow me, and zero from people that do follow me, right? So what I've discovered in my research is that there are multiple Pentagon-funded AI censorship programs on X. WiseDex is one. Civil Sanctuary is another one. I think there's about 6 that I've uncovered, right? And I'm sure there's more. I've also discovered that there are what appear to be private industry censorship programs. And I used Perplexity, and I asked Perplexity about that, and it said, yes, there are private censorship programs. So when you look at X, so Musk promised us free speech, right? Nothing can be further from the truth. Look at this one. See, typical bot account, right? And they always have these big, offensive graphics like that, right? Look at this. What the fuck are you even talking about, right? The tone of the bots is, to me, it sounds like the same person, right? Lying liar, you wish. Delusional like all commies, right? Again, I think, shut the fuck up and go make your wife's boyfriend another sandwich. I think the psychological goal of this is to try to upset you and get you to quit doing it, but I find it entertaining and very uplifting because it lets me know I'm scaring the Pentagon, right? I'm scaring them. Anytime I get flooded with hundreds and hundreds of, nasty bot comments like this, I know, yeah, the Pentagon knows who Lloyd Chapman is and they're scared, right? But I actually find it incredibly motivating. Look at this. It means you're gay, right? Please get your head out of your ass. It's not a hat. PBS left-wing propagandists, right? But it's funny. Yeah, the Pentagon doesn't understand. You're motivating me. You, my friend, nailed it. I'm not sure what that is. But I get about, I don't know, I would say for every 10 negative bot account, I'll get one, nice comment. You're delusional. You sound paranoid. Give up, Lloyd. Fake news. Look at this bit. Trump. This is a response to my post about Trump having the lowest approval rating in history. He's kicking ass. It's funny. But look at this. Pointing to a Twitter poll only proves how dumb you are. So we're on Twitter, right? Anyway, look at this one, right? That's anytime you see something that big, that's a fake account. Normal people don't, do that. Look at this one. So, Lloyd, your goiter is expanding. So, laugh my ass off. He's off his meds for sure. Shut the fuck up, you grifter. So I could just go on, for days. I've just gotten hundreds and hundreds. I guess I'm into the thousands now. Look at this one. Plus, I prefer to lead the deranged lib assholes like you, right? So what I've learned, look at this, your dumbass wishes. Lie. By the way, this is just today, I think. Look at this, 13 hours ago. Yeah, this is just today, right? Some of the really offensive ones, I block them and delete them. Yeah, so free speech is non-existent on X. Non-existent. So between the fact that it's been widely documented that Musk has complied with more government takedown requests than Twitter did, and there are multiple Defense Department funded AI censorship programs on X. There's no free speech on X. In fact, if you do some research, it looks like X is the most censored social media platform in the country. So because I'm exposing the fact that trillions of dollars are missing at the Pentagon and Trump's got the lowest approval ratings in history, I'm being just inundated with this. And I don't think any of my followers can see my post, or very few. I'm guessing maybe 15 or 20 can see it out of the 18,000. So yeah, that's what happens if you go on X and talk about trillions missing at the Pentagon, the fact that Trump's got the lowest approval ratings, in history. I'm Lloyd Chapman.